In the first edition, the woman who abandons the children in the forest is not their stepmother. The Grimms changed that word 28 years later. 2 children, a trail of crumbs, a house of bread and sugar, an oven. The bones of this one you know. The household arithmetic, you may not. The story opens with accounting a woodcutter who cannot feed 4 people. The solution proposed at night is to feed 2. And in the 1812 first edition, the voice proposing it is unambiguous. The manuscript and the first printing both say, a die mutter. The mother. Only in the 4th edition, 1840, does mother become stepmother, and even then the Grimms missed spots, leaving a mother standing in passages. The edit has a logic. By 1840 the book sold to parents. A mother starving her children out of the house was unbearable, a stepmother, merely wicked. Attempt 1 fails, the children overhear, and Hansel lines his pockets with white pebbles that shine in the moonlight like new minted coins. Attempt 2 succeeds because of a locked door and a slice of bread, crumbs instead of pebbles, and the birds eat the trail home. The famous detail is really a supply chain failure. The forest simply processes the evidence. Deep in the wood stands a house built of bread, roofed with cake, windowed with sugar, engineered, the text admits later, precisely to catch children. The call from inside is one of the collection's oldest rhymes, and the children answer it with a lie, the wind, the heaven-born wind. The owner emerges on a crutch, feeds them pancakes and apples, and beds them in clean linen. The trap's second stage is comfort. Then the text drops the pretense, witches have red eyes and cannot see far, but they smell children coming. She had built her house for exactly this. Hansel goes into a cage. Gretel goes to work, on starvation rations. The witch's meal plan is stated without euphemism, fatten the boy, then cook him. The famous trick, nearly blind, she checks his finger daily for fat, and daily he offers her a chicken bone instead. It buys him weeks. The ending never changed across 45 years of edits. Gretel, told to test the oven, plays stupid, gets the witch to lean in, and pushes. The Grimms, so careful about mothers, left the burning fully described. Child eaters, apparently, had earned the realism. The children rob the house, pearls and jewels by the apron load, and find their way home behind a duck who ferries them over the water. At home the father is overjoyed, and the woman who sent them out is dead. No cause given, in any edition. Fairytale bookkeeping, closing an account. So the record is clean, the mother is original, the stepmother is an 1840 patch, and the pious little lines arrived later still. The tale reached the Grimms from the house next door, the Wild family, whose daughter Dorchen later married Wilhelm. Kitchen table transmission, not peasant fieldwork. Historians hear real weather in it, the Great Famine of 1315 left chronicles of abandoned children. Context, we should say carefully, not a birth certificate. Which brings us to the best debunk in this series, the true stories of Hansel and Gretel, the one that fooled the newspapers on purpose. Traxler's book invented an archaeologist, staged photographs of excavated witch house foundations, and named the murdered baker. Satire, labeled too quietly. It worked because people wanted it true, the same appetite that keeps every fake real fairy tale a listicle in circulation. Always check the footnotes. What is real? The ovens, the forest labor, the hunger, the fear of the deep woods. The furniture is historical even where the plot is not. Reader's economics, the story is a child's eye audit of scarcity, who eats, who is fed to whom, and what a household does when the bread runs out. And it endures because the children win on merit, they outlisten, outplan and outnerve every adult in the story. The forest is a final exam. The darkest line in Hansel and Gretel was never the oven. It is the first edition's plain little noun, and the Grimms knew it. Next, Peter Pan, the line Barry wrote about what happens to lost boys who grow up, and the frozen boy behind the whole idea. Subscribe for the versions underneath.